essence of the church today in Jake and Sarah Keheley.
To be a part of this new church, man, it was exciting. Our heartbeat probably jumped 10 or 15 beats every Sunday morning, and we'd meet out front 30 minutes before time to start Sunday school or church, and if we saw somebody drive up that we didn't know, we'd meet them halfway out to their car, you know, to invite them in. The only way to get a Methodist church going in the Blackwell community, that everybody had to break away from their old church and join the new church. And his expression was, you had to take hold of the plow and go forward and never look back.
Like a team effort. It wasn't individuals going their separate ways and doing their own thing. It was, I don't know, a coming together type feeling we had.
We met and discussed various names. We even considered St. Thomas, but then we said, well, Thomas had a few doubts, and we didn't want to have any doubts with our new church. And St. Andrew was the youngest of the disciples. He was energetic. He was kind of a go-getter, and we said, that's what we are. We want to be, we're a new church, we're young, we want to be energetic, we want to be strong, we want to have a lot of faith like St. Andrew did. So we decided St. Andrew was the name that we'd like to call our new church.
Yes, there were no doubts about St. Andrew. After all, the young disciple had a big heart, and so did this new church. Reverend Horlock's very first sermon touched on this when he said,
as we shall see, the size of a church building has little to do with its effectiveness. It is what lies behind the church, the heart, so to speak, that really constitutes the church. Our purpose in becoming a church is to carry out the will of God as acted in Christ, in the community, in this neighborhood, in this county, in this state, and in this universe.
Oh, exciting is not the word for it. That Sunday morning when we sang He Lives, I've never heard it sung that way before or since. And it just rang out. It seemed like the whole walls were vibrating with sound. We didn't have that big a choir, but there was just something special that Sunday morning, being in a new church on Easter Sunday.